Hello, this is the trade site Forex market preview and international economic data roadmap for the week beginning Sunday, March 11th, ending Friday the 16th. Hope you had a good trading week. We have the time change just occurred here in the U.S. over the weekend, so set your clocks back. That will mean everything will be a little thrown off for a bit because not everybody around the world does it this weekend. So it'll be an hour shift depending on where you're at. Here's a look at the dollar index daily chart. Really did nothing for the whole week. Let's go through the daily charts, then we'll look at the intra-week action, and then we'll talk about the economic data that's coming out this week. This is also triple expiration week, so everything expires on Friday: options, futures, and commodities. And that means that sometimes that will affect Forex late in the week because there are obviously futures contracts on the currencies. Here's the euro dollar. Didn't do much. Was up Monday, down a flat Tuesday. You'll see the intraday action. Pound also very narrow. This is really a boring week. One of the slowest weeks we've seen in a while. Euro yen also just stuck in less than a 200 pip range for the week. Aussie dollar moved up a little. Pound yen moved up a little. Pound Swiss also up, and the New Zealand dollar pair was fairly flat. If we look at the 30-minute candle so we can see the whole week on the euro dollar, high to low is only about 180 pips. The big move was obviously on Thursday, or going into Friday, really. But other than that, it was not a very interesting week. Look how flat Wednesday was and Monday was. Pound dollar, high to low here, about 160 pips as well. Not even that, which is really boring. And again, the only action really was on Thursday. All right, so in terms of economic data coming out this week and a roadmap for what we got to look forward to, here it is. Obviously, the time changes here in U.S. and Canada. We got BSI Manufacturing Index out of Japan Sunday night. Preliminary machine tool orders out of Japan. 10-year bond auction here in the U.S. The federal budget balance at 2 p.m. Eastern time on Monday in the U.S. New Zealand's FPI number. Japan's PPI number tomorrow night, Monday night. Business confidence and home loans out of Australia. China's foreign direct investment. Japan tertiary industry activity number. French final private payrolls. Italian quarterly unemployment. ECOFIN meetings out of Europe. Annual budget release out of the UK. CPI here in the US an hour before the bell on Tuesday. That's one of our big three, so we'd be half size ahead of that. 30-year bond auction in the US. Current account in New Zealand. Westpac consumer sentiment out of Australia. Core machinery orders out of Japan, and the monetary policy meeting minutes. China's industrial production, fixed asset investment, and retail sales. German CPI. Italian retail sales, employment change, industrial production out of Europe. 30-year bond auction in Germany. And then an hour before the stock market opens on Wednesday, we've got retail sales and PPI here, and business inventory is 30 minutes in. Crude oil inventory is an hour in. New Zealand's GDP number at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Time. Australia's MI inflation expectations. French final CPI. Swiss PPI and LIBOR rate. That's the rate announcement out of Switzerland. Spanish 10-year bond auction on Thursday. Then the 10-year bond auction out of the UK. We've got the ADP non-farm employment change out of Canada on Thursday. Import-export prices, Empire State Manufacturing Index, Philly Fed, and the weekly unemployment claims numbers here in the U.S. NAHB Housing Market Index here in the U.S. Natty Gas here, tick long-term purchases at the close of the stock market. Business Manufacturing Index out of New Zealand. Revised industrial production out of Japan going into Friday already. German WPI, final CPI out of Europe. Manufacturing sales out of Canada, housing starts and building permits here in the U.S., and then capacity utilization, industrial production here in the U.S. CB leading index out of the U.K., and then preliminary University of Michigan sentiment for the month of March, and JOLTS job openings on Friday, and that will wrap the week. So, by the way, let's see, is it next week that the rest of the world changes time? Nope, it does not. So, we'll be off for a couple weeks here in terms of the economic, or the time change. Pretty straightforward week. The CPI is probably the biggest number. But there's a lot of data all week. Hopefully that'll lead to some action. And then just don't forget, we've got that triple expiration. That'll slow us down probably Thursday night going into Friday. Charts as usual brought to you by eSignal. If you've not yet taken a trial of our services, feel free to do so. We will help you out for a couple weeks. Have a great trading week.